Good evening and welcome to Brooklyn Technical High School's Virtual College Fair. I'll be John. I'm your facilitator for the evening, and we're excited to have you here. You're going to hear from some wonderful institutions from around the country that's going to share with you the unique possibilities that you could possibly have at their institutions. Now, remember, during this time, your camera and your microphones will be off. So to communicate with us, the best opportunity to do that will be through the Q&A button that's on your screen. Just click on that button, put your question there, and the representatives from that school will answer that question for you. Don't forget also there will be other sessions during this week for your institution, so check those out as well, because you can find out there's some great colleges around that could be waiting for you as well. This session and others also will be available for you on a recording at strivescan.com/BrooklynTech in a couple of weeks as well. So let's get this thing started. And first up, we're going to have Pratt Institute.
Thank you, everyone, for allowing me to be here with you today. Thank you, John. My name is Michael Berry. I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions at Pratt Institute, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about Pratt. Pratt was founded in 1887 and is the first art and design school in the United States. Not the first art school, but the first art and design school in the United States. We are also the only art and design school on the East Coast that has a true campus. All right, we have all 50 states represented at Pratt. And over 70 countries. We are 32% international, and we are committed to giving our students a global educational experience. All right, here's a list of our programs in both the School of Art, Design, Architecture, and the Liberal Arts and Sciences. Pratt also offers a robust selection of minors. In a BFA program or a professional arts degree, it is physically impossible to do a double major. Therefore, we offer our robust minor selection as a part of the support system that we have for our students that might be torn between two areas and looking to concentrate in another area as well, because they feel like that's going to help them creatively or professionally. Now, at the same time, many students looking to go to an art and design school are looking for a more exploratory experience. So we don't push minors on students. We don't promote them, nor do we not promote them. It's merely part of the support system and customizable education that we provide for our students. All right, we are a foundation-based school. All students within the School of Art and Design will go through foundation, which consists of 4 core studio classes that will prepare you for success in the art and design disciplines. And they're really sort of understanding the language and applications of design. All right, Pratt is rich with labs and resources, things that combine technology, the natural world, the chemical and mechanical and digital world, and bring those things together in creative ways. All our faculty are working professionals. There's no one at Pratt that teaches there that is not working in the field that they are teaching. This extends over into the liberal arts and sciences, and we have a 9-to-1 student to teacher ratio. Our main campus is located in the beautiful historical Clinton Hill neighborhood, and it is about a 12-minute walk from Brooklyn Tech itself, right down DeKalb Avenue. All right, here you can see students taking advantage of the classroom, the studio, and our amazing campus. All right, 86% of first-year students live on campus and 53% of upperclassmen. The majority of students that live off campus live within the 5 boroughs. All right, our cafeterias are all on campus, obviously. We want to make, living and accessing the things necessary to live as easy and harmonious as possible. Student life is a huge aspect of Pratt. And for a relatively small school, we're about 4,800 students. We have over 150 clubs and student organizations at our campus. Here are some of those. I'm just going to highlight a couple of my favorite: Static Fish, which is the campus-wide graphic novel publication, and Pratt Radio, which was instrumental in the development of new wave, hip hop, and punk music, and bringing that out to the masses. Study abroad opportunities are extremely robust. Only about 10% of students study abroad. So Pratt really separates itself from the average sort of college experience by providing these opportunities Just to highlight a few of those, we have programs that are running right now in Berlin, Copenhagen, Milan, and Venice. We also have a traveling program in Cuba. We have a program in South Africa. We have programs in places like Taiwan and Seoul. Many of these programs are on hiatus due to COVID, but they are starting to open up. All the programs in this slide are currently running. So please check back to our website to get the most up-to-date information on travel abroad. We are NCAA Division III. And we are quite competitive in all the sports that we offer. So if you are a competitive athlete and you'd like to continue to compete at Pratt, you can definitely do so. And because we are D3, even if we don't have a team for your sport, it is possible to have a one-person team. Example of our fitness center. Campus resources, a huge part of why one decides to go to college, right? Shops and labs. So Pratt has everything from the most up-to-date state-of-the-art methodologies, from CNC machines, laser cutters, 3D printers, digital photo labs, green screen rooms, etc., to also having very archaic ways of doing things like, kilns, foundries, casting facilities. So really getting the breadth of making and the making process by learning the history of it, as well as the technological advancement of it all, including things like animation, digital arts, robotics, and etc. All right, we have over 8 galleries on campus that promote student work. Obviously, our studio spaces are a huge part of that experience. Almost 70% of your experience in an art and design school, particularly at Pratt, will be in the studio. Our library was opened in 1889. It was actually the first free public library in Brooklyn and is designed by Tiffany Glass. It is part of the Greater New York Lending Library Association and is home to over 250 volumes or physical books. Pratt is committed to creating a partnership with its students that promotes not only different styles of learning, but physical health, mental health, as well as fostering a safe space and environment where students feel like they can thrive and create. Student financial services is there for our students, from students making inquiries to students in attendance, to figure out what the financial burden will be to attend school and develop a solid financial plan. We have 99% job placement within 1 year of graduating, and that's due for our Center for Career and Professional Development. Internships are an integral part. Everyone at Pratt will do an internship in their field before they finish, and 25% of students at Pratt are employed before they graduate. Pratt is home to many, many famous, illustrious alum, people like Robert Mapplethorpe, Joseph Barbera, Micheline Thomas, Betsy Johnson, Jeremy Scott, William Van Allen, and Kandira Nelson. I'm very quickly going to go through this. The admissions requirements are as follows. Get your application in. We're on the Common App. We require your application, a complete transcript through your junior year, and your portfolio. We are test optional. Every student that completes an application to Pratt will automatically be considered for financial aid. Financial aid is determined by your grades, by your portfolio, and additional factors. Again, everyone is considered, who applies is considered for merit scholarship, international and domestic alike. We do participate with HEOP. I am the HEOP representative for admissions. It's a fabulous program. It assumes 98% of the cost of attendance. If you qualify for that program, please reach out to me. It does have a financial thing, so we're not trying to out anyone in a public forum, but please reach out if you think you might qualify. It's a fabulous program. The portfolio, okay, it's 15 to 20 pieces of your best work. Here are some examples of that work. Okay, and remember, you are the single most important part of your portfolio. All portfolios are submitted through SlideRoom, which is our online web portfolio submission platform. We have a very, very strong pre-college program that runs in the summer. It's actually on campus and in person, and every single major offering that we have has a pre-college program that corresponds with it. It's a great way to find out if art school is for you. So thank you so much, and thank you for having me with you today.
All right, thank you so much, Pratt. That was great, great information. Next on the docket, we're going to have Alfred University.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining and thank you for having me. My name is Deanna. I'm an admissions counselor from Alfred University, and I'm just going to give you kind of a quick overview. So first about Alfred University and our location. We are in Alfred, New York, which is down in the southern tier. We are about an hour and a half south of Rochester, 2 hours from Buffalo, about 4 hours from Albany, 5.5 from Philadelphia and New York City, 7 from Boston and DC. So we're kind of centrally located. You can kind of get, wherever you would like from Alfred. We're in the foothills of the Allegheny Mountains, and we're in the Finger Lakes region. We have an absolutely gorgeous 232-acre campus. And because we're a smaller school, we have under 2,000 students in total. It's a very tight-knit community. So you really get to know all of the students there, your professors, staff, all of that. One of the things we pride ourselves on at Alfred is being inclusive from the start. So we were founded in 1836, and we are actually the second oldest coeducational institution in the country, which is something that, we are very proud of, and we have worked really hard to continue being inclusive, even to this day. We're also one of the earliest to have enrolled African-American and Native American students. So, that's something, our history, something we really pride ourselves on, and we really make sure that we're being an inclusive space for everyone. The academics at Alfred, we have 4 different colleges and schools that we are made up of. So we have our School of Engineering, our School of Art and Design, and our Performing Arts Division, our College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, that's our biggest college on campus, and then our College of Business. One of the nice things about Alfred is you can mix and match programs. So say you're interested in engineering, but you also are super interested in business, or you want to do art and business, or psychology and chemistry, whatever it is, you can mix and match. And our professors and our faculty and staff are all really willing to make things work with you. And, you can kind of shape your own education and create your own program if, we don't have something that you were necessarily looking for, you want to combine things. We have over 40 majors and 50 minors. So like I said, a lot of opportunity for different things, and, everyone will find something that they're interested in. We also have a 4+1 MBA program. So if you major or minor in business administration, you can stay an extra year and get your master's degree, which is super nice. That saves you a lot of time and money. And then we have opportunities for undergrad research and study abroad. Because we're a small school, like I mentioned, you're getting research at the undergrad level where you might not at a bigger school. So that's something we're super proud of and really love to be able to get students involved. We're a maker culture. We really like to see students be hands-on and make things and do research and all of that. So we really try to get students into the labs and into research and all of that as early as possible. And then study abroad, we do partner with a number of different schools around the world so that we can send our students there for either semester-long or year-long programs. And then something we've started a couple of years ago that we're really excited about, it's called Common Ground. So basically your first year at Alfred, you get put into a group of students and a faculty or staff member. And you kind of, when you first get there, have discussions about a wide variety of different topics to kind of get you more comfortable with being with other people who may come from a different background than you, may come from, a different state, anything like that than you. And it really kind of just helps all of our students to get more acclimated to that and make, a lot of really great lasting friendships and connections. And then we also do have APEX. So we have a lot of grants for students who do want to do research at the undergrad level as well. So first up is our School of Engineering. I'll give you a little bit of information about that. So in our undergraduate engineering school, we have biomaterials engineering, ceramic engineering. We are the #1 school in the country for ceramic engineering, which is something we are super proud of. We have glass engineering, material science, mechanical engineering, and renewable energy engineering. And like I mentioned, we have a lot of world-class research programs. Students and faculty work together and, are really leading the way in groundbreaking research. And then we also have a lot of hands-on state-of-the-art equipment, 80,000 square feet of labs. So you really, can be as hands-on as you want to be. And then because we have an average class size of 18, you are really getting a lot of one-on-one time with your professors, and they really get to know you, which is something that's really great. And you're really able to network with your professors from the get-go. Next, our School of Art and Design and the Performing Arts Division. So we offer a BFA. You can see we have ceramics, drawing, painting, photography, expanded media, sculpture, dimensional studies, all sorts of different stuff. And our art spaces and kilns and all of that, they're really amazing. We have a lot of really great facilities, as well as galleries for students to show off their work. We have our own ceramics museum on campus. So a lot of really cool stuff going on there. And then we do offer a Bachelor of Arts degree in music and theater, and then a Bachelor of Science in art history and theory. So we're one of the top 10 schools of art and design in the country. So, if you're looking to study art and design, but maybe you want to study something else as well, you want to keep it at a smaller school, we, can definitely give you all of that. And then next, we have our College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. So like I mentioned earlier, that's our largest college on campus. It has 25 majors and 40 minors. So that's where a lot of our students do end up. And that has everything from criminal justice, biology, psychology, math, all of those kind of traditional liberal arts majors. And you can also come in as undecided. If you maybe don't know what you want to do, you can start as undecided in our College of Liberal Arts and Sciences and really play around and take classes and kind of figure out what your interests might be. And like I mentioned earlier, we offer a lot of opportunities for research, and we do offer funding for students to do their research. And then our College of Business, we have 7 majors and 14 minors within the College of Business, and we are AACSB accredited, which is something that we are really proud of. Fewer than 5% of business schools have this. And we're actually the 3rd smallest college with this accreditation. So we've worked really hard to make sure that all of our students are getting top tier learning in our College of Business, and all of our professors have, outside knowledge from working a job before they came to teach, or they're still working. So you're really getting a lot of, hands-on experience that will translate over into the real world. A little bit about campus life. So we're a highly residential campus. You are required to live on campus for 3 years. So most of our students do choose to live on campus. And as you can see, we have different style living options. We have, traditional corridor style suites, single rooms. And then we are also transitioning to a cohort model. So all of our first year students will live together in the fall, which is something we're super excited about. Really helps you to transition from high school to college together. And then really quickly, we do have 19 NCAA Division III sports. And then we also have our equestrian team, cheerleading, and over 80 different clubs and organizations. And then application, we're on the Common App, which is what I recommend most students to use, and we are test optional. And then 98% of our students receive some type of financial aid from us. So we really make it as affordable as possible for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alfred University. Next, we'll have New York Institute of Technology.
Thank you so much, John. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Thank you all for joining us. I'm going to share a little bit with you about New York Institute of Technology. My name is Michael Eustache. I'm one of the assistant directors here at New York Tech. If you don't know too much about New York Tech, we're composed of 2 different campuses. We have a campus out in Long Island, in Old Westbury, Long Island, which is more of your traditional style campus. It's more of a suburban campus, open style, where you can walk freely amongst the different areas of the campus. But we also have a campus here in the city, in Columbus Circle, the heart of Manhattan, near Central Park. It's more of a vertical campus, truly remarkable as well. Both campuses they get together quite often. One school, just 2 different locations, but altogether we have about 3,500 undergraduate students. We're considered a small to medium-sized school with an 11-to-1 faculty to student to faculty ratio. With that, it leaves you with about an average class size of about 13 to 16 students. We really honestly don't have the spacing for large lecture halls and things of that nature. And within the classroom, you're going to get a lot of different perspectives, a lot of different points of view, because we've been voted #1 by USA Today in terms of diversity within our student body. So we represent over 45 different states in about 70 different countries, which is truly tremendous, the types of different people and in the environment that they come together and join, the different things and aspects that they bring into New York Tech. We are a career-focused school, so our Office of Career Success does a good job of preparing students when it comes time to not only graduate and get a job, but when you get started on internships and potentially working with different companies outside of school and things of that nature. So 94% of our graduates are working within 6 months of graduation, or they're continuing their education. And of the 77 students that do participate in internships, 4 out of 5 of them are receiving job offers from the company or organization that they were able to intern with. Now, I won't go over every single one of our majors, but this is a screenshot of our 6 schools. Within the 6 schools, we have over 90 different programs. I'll highlight just a few of my favorites. My very favorite program is actually a dual degree program where you combine your undergraduate degree as well as your master's degree. So it shortens up the amount of time it takes for you to graduate. That's the Psychology and School Counseling Master's. And the reason why I find that one to be my favorite is because within both fields, you're continuously earning your education, continuously going to school. So it's a remarkable opportunity to earn your degree combined and also shorten the amount of time and overall less money out of your pocket when you're trying to earn your degrees. The other dual degree programs are actually programs that are housed in our medical school, NYIT Com, which is out on the Long Island campus. And those programs range from occupational therapy, physician assistant, physical therapy, and our largest program, which is a doctorate program of osteopathic medicine. Now, on the opposite side, we have opened up the accelerated master's programs, which are 4+1s in certain departments. So for example, if you're in the School of Engineering, you have the ability and the opportunity to take advantage of some courses at the back end of your undergraduate career that'll count for your master's as well. So it shortens up the amount of time that it will take for you to complete your master's, and it just gives you that extra boost in case you're looking to get your professional licensing. Now, unfortunately for our majors, they're really focused, very distinctive. We don't have the opportunity for students to double major, but we have a variety of different minors that students can take advantage of. Now, they don't have to relate to your major at all. More often than not, students do take on something that they have interest in, something that they want to explore, but not necessarily sure if they want to make it their major. For example, if a student is in a math-based major like in engineering, they usually tack on a mathematics minor, which is relatively easy because they have a strong amount of math within their schedule to begin with. And then following that, they go ahead and possibly add on another additional minor, or sometimes even 2 minors as well. Now, aside from the academics, we have over 75 different clubs and organizations that students participate in. Majority of these are cultural. I mentioned earlier how diverse we are, and students love to show off their culture, their food, their dance. Just overall, they love to show off themselves through different things within our school. So the environment and the culture is really, really strong at New York Tech. But aside from that, some of the top organizations and clubs, Greek Life is really popular. Also right now, one of our biggest organizations is the esports team. They've won a couple of competitions with the East Coast Conference for a few different games, and they're thriving right now. A lot of students are really getting excited and trying to join that team as we speak. And also a new one that we actually just started, it's a podcast. The vice president of the school actually directs the podcast. It's been a really fun experiment that we've gotten started a couple of weeks ago, and we have a couple of episodes. So if you have an opportunity, go ahead and check that out. Now, as far as tuition and fees, our undergraduate tuition is about $40,000, give or take. After taxes and fees, it'll come out to about $42,000. But we offer a pretty decent financial package. And that financial package includes some really good financial aid and one of our top merit-based scholarships. And the merit-based scholarships range this year from 19 to 27,000. So that financial package, which is 30,000, takes off a good chunk of that 39,000. So you're left with a more manageable number. And we're hugely aware of the students that are coming to New York Tech. We try our very best to make sure that the tuition and the out-of-pocket costs are as manageable as possible. And that's pretty much all the information I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. I left some contact information in the chat section, as well as some different opportunities for you to visit with us both virtually and in person. We also have virtual one-on-one appointments on the calendar. So definitely check us out and schedule a one-on-one appointment if you'd like some more personal questions answered.
Thank you so much, New York Tech. Next, we're going to have St. Bonaventure University.
You're on mute.
St. Bonaventure, you're on mute.
You know, after doing this so many times, you'd think I'd have the hang of it by now. Can I blame the fact that I just got off of maternity leave, so I'm a bit rusty with Zoom. So hopefully you can hear me now. But like I was saying, that you guys couldn't hear me, my name is Katie. I am our coordinator for enrollment marketing and communications. For those of you at Brooklyn Tech, you will be working with Tiffany Capella Barlow, and I can leave her contact information in the chat, but I am covering for her as she's out doing other fairs around the area. St. Bonaventure is a little bit further from campus, or further from Brooklyn for you guys. It's about 6 hours away. We're in Western New York, so it's a bit of a drive, but we do have a bus system that can transport our students from the area. This is the picture you see on screen is our campus. So this is the main hub. Everything's pretty close together. While we do sit on about 500 acres of land, you don't have to walk too far to get anywhere on campus. So a little bit about us. We are a community. We call ourselves a community. We nurture compassion, seek wisdom, build integrity. But I think we are so much more than a community. I really believe that this place is more of a family. Like I said, I'm just coming off of maternity leave. And while I miss my baby so much, I love where I'm at. I could not be luckier to be at a school. And I think you will feel that if you guys ever get a chance to visit campus. You will hear the word family dropped 100 times. And I truly believe that from the bottom of my heart, that this is such a special campus. So at Bonaventure, we not only give you guys an amazing education, but we want you to leave here being even better people. And that's thanks to our Franciscan background. So we are a private Franciscan school. It's just a branch of the Catholic religion. And to sum it up quickly, we care about the peace, the poor, and the planet. So my coworker describes us as like the crunchy hippies of the Catholic religion. So I'll talk about service a little bit later, but that's a huge part of our values. And I think it's truly what helps transform our students into becoming such amazing people with big hearts when they graduate from Bonaventure. So a little bit about our enrollment. We've got about 2,000 undergraduate students on campus. We've been bringing in freshman class sizes of around 500. So it's a nice, small, tight-knit community where you're still going to meet new people every day, but you're not going to be just a number here. And so there's that 12-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So you're going to be able to build those amazing relationships with faculty, staff, and then your fellow classmates as well. We have 50 majors and 46 minors. I'll show you on the next slide. And some stats we're really proud of at Bonaventure. Our graduation rate is 20% higher than the national average. And 97% of our students are employed within 6 months of graduating from Bonaventure, or they're enrolled in graduate school. So these are our academic programs. I will not read off this list to you guys. You can absolutely find it on our website. But some of the schools we have are the School of Business. I would say that is our most popular school here at Bonaventure. Our school has that AACSB accreditation that only 5% of business schools hold. So super proud of this program. Lots of hands-on and experiential learning opportunities coming out of this school. There's our School of Education. You'll be getting in-classroom experience starting freshman year. So you're gonna have over 1,000 hours in the classroom at Bonaventure. We have some pre-professional or dual degree programs that you will see listed on the far right-hand side. And then we have our School of Communications. That is a great program, especially for those interested in sports media. We have a program with ESPN Plus where our students get the opportunity to broadcast our Division I men games on the Division I men's basketball games on ESPN Plus, which is really fun. There's our School of Arts and Sciences you'll see listed there. Science is another huge program at Bonaventure, very popular. And then you'll see our Visual and Performing Arts under that school as well. And then there is our School of Health Professions that has health science, nursing, public health. We also just got a PA school and an OT school as well within our School of Health Professions. Student life, again, everyone has kind of touched on this with their own institutions, but student life is huge. And I personally believe it's what can make or break your college experience. I highly recommend getting involved. You don't have to get involved in everything. Just pick one club you're super passionate about, because these clubs, as well as academics, can help prepare you for that career in the future and be great resume builders for you guys. So at Bonaventure, 80% of our students are involved in something, whether that be intramural sports, club sports, clubs related to hobbies and special interests, or there's academic clubs that you guys can get involved in. There's study abroad opportunities where you guys can travel for a semester. If you don't want to go away for a whole semester, we've got summer opportunities that are 2 weeks long and 4 weeks long. And then I talked about service. Service, again, like I said, is huge at Bonaventure. There's tons of clubs and organizations focused around community service, giving back to the area, not only where Bonaventure is located, but taking that with you when you graduate. And then we've got first year experience programs. We know that transitioning from high school to college can be quite an adjustment for some students. So we make sure that we give you guys this SBU 101 course that will get you guys connected to other classmates that might not be in your major or that might not live in the same dorm room as you. So you're making those friends. And then we've got peer coaching, which is essentially you guys are just matched up with upperclassmen to have as a mentor while you're here. And so because of those, we have an awesome retention rate of 84% freshman to sophomore year. I mentioned this already. We are a Division I school. We are one of the smallest Division I schools in the country. We're a part of the Atlantic 10 Conference, and you'll see the men's and women's sports listed here on screen. Now, basketball is huge at Bonaventure, but students show up for every sport to support them and cheer them on, which is amazing. I know it may not be like that at a lot of schools. And I was going to use rugby for an example. I went to my first rugby game a few years ago, and I was so amazed at all the students that lined the athletic fields to cheer on their classmates. It was a ton of fun. So because we have these Division I sports at such a small school, it makes the energy feel like you're at a big school, but we've got, like I said, all those benefits of a small school here. This is just our average student profile. The average GPA is an 89 or 3.3. You'll see our average test scores, but we are test optional, and I'll go over that in a minute here. 25% of our students come from outside of New York State, and we have 24 different foreign countries represented on campus. So a little about the admissions process. We're rolling admissions, so there aren't any deadlines to apply to St. Bonaventure. Takes about 2 to 3 weeks to hear back from us, and then to apply, you can use the Common App, or you can apply on our website. Either way, it is free. You guys don't have to worry about a fee. We'll ask for your high school transcripts. We'll read your essay. We only require 1 letter of recommendation. And then, like I said, we are test optional. So you do not have to send in SAT or ACT scores if you don't want to. We'll look at your weighted average, and we take AP credits, IB, and any college level credits that you might have gotten in high school. Most likely will transfer over to Bonaventure. And just quickly about financial aid, 96% of our students receive some sort of financial aid. The average aid package ends up being somewhere around $31,600, with the average cost to attend being around $15,900. Being a private school, I don't know if you guys know this, but we can be flexible when it comes to financial aid. So use your admissions counselors to your advantage. Reach out to us if you get your aid package back and you're thinking it's a little out of your price range. We will let you know what options there are to get you guys more scholarship or grant money. And then speaking of, we have merit scholarships that are available to all incoming freshmen. And those range from $12,000 all the way up to $25,000. And if you're choosing not to submit your test scores, we will base that off of, your GPA, the types of classes you've taken throughout your high school career, and do a holistic review process. So with that, I'll wrap up. Reach out if you want to visit campus. If you have any questions, I'll leave our contact info in the chat as well. Thank you so much for listening to me.
Thank you so much, St. Bonaventure University. Great information. Next, we're going to have Harvey Mudd College.
All right. Hi, folks. Good evening. I'm Raisa Diamante. I'm the Director of Enrollment Strategies and Operations at Harvey Mudd College. And what you would be seeing on my screen, should be seeing on the screen right now is my email, and also a shot of the very building that I am in. For folks who are not familiar, Harvey Mudd College is a liberal arts college focused on math and science and engineering. And we're located in Claremont, California, which is about 35 miles east of downtown LA. So that's an overhead shot of actually most of the Claremont colleges, and self-explanatory, that little circle there is us. So Harvey Mudd was founded in 1955, so not too long ago. And when we were founded to be a liberal arts college, again, within the Claremont colleges, and I'll talk about that in a little bit more, but we are STEM focused. So that's pretty different as compared to other liberal arts colleges. We only offer majors in those areas. And the reason that we were founded and to be STEM focused is that we wanted to graduate people who are going to become mathematicians, scientists, and engineers who are going to assume leadership in their field with actually understanding the impact of their work on society. That last part of our mission statement really means a lot to us. We really want to graduate folks who are going to be far more well-rounded about the way that they approach problems and about the way they seek solutions. Roughly speaking, we're about 50-50 in terms of male and female. We are undergraduate focused, so there are no graduate students on our campus. And this is just a quick snapshot of the academic program at Harvey Mudd. As you can see here, about a third of our classes are roughly in the core curriculum, in your major, and also in the humanities, social science, and arts. So I know I've been saying STEM quite a bit, but our students actually do quite a bit of courses outside of STEM. And again, that's on purpose because we wanted to be well-rounded thinkers and problem solvers. The core curriculum, you don't have to focus on this too much, but basically, regardless of whatever major you become at Harvey Mudd, everyone takes the same classes their first few semesters. So, 220 of you, you'd be in smaller classes, but roughly speaking, everyone has the same background academically. And the reason behind that is that we want you, again, to be a more well-rounded problem solver, to have a bigger toolkit to work with, a bigger toolbox, and to also better understand each other as you're moving along in your education. These are the majors that we offer at Harvey Mudd. Actually, in your first semester at Harvey Mudd, you don't have grades. You get credit or no credit. Again, that's on purpose because we're asking you to take classes that may not be in your major, but you are able to declare a major usually by the end of your sophomore year. And you can see it's not a very big list, and that's on purpose. I should also note that our engineering program is a general engineering program. It is accredited by ABET, and the whole business behind a general engineering program, and again, is that we want you to be flexible thinkers and to really delve into problems. I'm talking about problem solving quite a lot. And one of the ways that our students are able to do that is through research. Given our makeup as a smaller school and being undergraduately focused, all of our students do research on our campus. Often you start early as the summer after your freshman year, your first year. But by the time you're a senior, you're choosing between either a clinic program or a senior thesis program. Senior thesis tends to be students who are majoring in chemistry and maybe physics or maybe pure math. Folks in computer science and math and engineering, and our two largest majors are computer science and engineering, they participate in our clinic program. And what that is we put you in a team of 4 to 5 people and you work on a problem for industry. So for places like Amazon, we've worked on Alexa, like early development of that. For Mercedes-Benz, the car company, their display in their dashboard, the heads-up display, that's part of that was designed. We prototype a few things for them. For Nike, we've created cleatless soccer shoes for them. Didn't make it to market, so don't look for that. But again, the whole idea is that these companies are coming to our students, and this is a form of getting to do hands-on work and problem solving. And again, I just want to underscore the importance of the humanities and social science and arts in our campus. And as much as you're going to major in STEM, we expect that you're going to do a concentration similar to a minor in something not in STEM. And being part of the Claremont College Consortium, literally being across the street from Harvey Mudd, from Scripps College, Pitzer, and Claremont McKenna, you can take classes at those schools. So imagine if at Brooklyn Tech, not only are you, I know you all have your majors, But imagine now, not just are you taking classes with your major, but taking classes at the schools across the street from you. It really does open up the opportunities. And in terms of things to do, there's plenty. 98% of our students live on campus. There's a lot of clubs and organizations. Some of them are just Harvey Mudd, and some of them are what we call 5C, which is basically all the other Claremont colleges together. We have D3 athletics, and there's lots of different ways to get funding for things to do. In terms of just like the culture at Mudd and student support, our community really values collaboration. We have this awesome honor code that guides our students in terms of how they are to conduct themselves both academically and also in social settings. And really the max number in a group is N+1 on our campus, meaning everyone is welcome. And that really is how our students see themselves. And that's not uncommon at all. In terms of, for folks not familiar, in terms of Harvey Mudd and what happens to our students after they graduate, this is our statistics from the students who graduated last year. And as you can probably see, that median salary of over 100K is quite high. It's the second highest in the country. And what that really says is that our students are highly valued by industry, the work that they do. So whether or not you've heard about us, definitely the people hiring our students or the graduate schools who are looking at our students have value what we do on our campus. You know, our students not only are great in STEM, but they know how to, they write well, they know how to communicate, they think broadly, they work across disciplines. These are all the things that we're looking for. This slide here is really just about our application requirements. You don't have to think about that too deeply right now. It's pretty early on because our first deadline's not till November. But really, I'd rather you focus on the bottom part, which is the questions we're asking, which is, you know, we want to figure out how you can be successful academically here. How do you know that you want a small school experience, one where you do want STEM, but STEM broadly, right? And how do you want to be part of our community? In terms of financial aid, we do offer both need and merit-based financial aid. We are need blind for our admissions process. And what that means is that for you as citizens and permanent residents, it doesn't matter if your family can afford all of our tuition or none of our tuition. We would just admit you based on, again, your academic record and your fit with our institution. And then again, there's most of our merit scholarships you don't have to apply for, but there are a couple that are highlighted there. All of this is on our website. And to be honest, I don't want you to focus too much about that. I really want you to get more of a sense of each college you're interested in, what the style of teaching is there, and what better way to do that than to do a virtual tour. Our interviews come up, or open up in about a month and a half in June. We're also in Discord. We have a very active Discord community, and of course, Instagram, and also now on TikTok. So please do join us. That's my bit.ly down there. That's some great way to get information about us. And thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Harvey Mudd, for your time as well. To end up our evening, we definitely want to leave you all with some other piece of advice. And so if all the reps could come back, and in order that you all presented with us, if you could give them one piece of advice you want them to have to help them through the college search process, what piece of that advice would that be? And we'll start off with Pratt Institute.
Thank you so much. So first and foremost, one of the things that I would mention to students, if you are interested in going to an art and design school, okay, this is the best piece of advice I could give you. Talk to somebody from that school, show them your work, get feedback on their work, because while you're going to get advice that's going to help you on your work from all these schools, each school is looking for something a little bit different, and you want to empower yourself. You don't want to just think that like, okay, I talked to this one school, it's the same thing for all the other schools, because it's not. There's very different requirements and things like that. So just be conscious of that and put that at the forefront of what you're trying to do, because the portfolio is a huge investment and you want to make sure that you're getting the most out of it. And if I could demystify something or sort of debunk something about the college process, it would be that, that college is just about like, oh, I want to go to, the best school for this or the best school for that, or I want to just, like this is in my dream place or wherever. I think it's really important that whatever schools are on your radar, that you go see them, go visit them, experience them firsthand, see what the environment is like, see how you feel on that campus, because a lot of that is part of how you're going to exist in that space. It's part of how you're going to learn. It's part of how you're going to progress. It's part of how you're going to network. And, you know, you want to be in an environment that feels conducive to your educational and professional needs. So just keep that in mind as you move forward. I think equally as important as like, okay, this is a really good school for what I want to do. But I also feel really good in that space.
I think one thing I would tell prospective students is use admissions counselors to your advantage. I know when I was in high school, I dared not talk to anyone. And, you know, that's what we're here for, is to answer questions about the school, about, you know, maybe you're interested in these 3 things, but you don't know what you could major in, or, you know, you don't know if you can afford it, anything like that. You know, that's what we're here for. And I think that's one of the really big things, is a lot of students are kind of scared to ask questions. And, you know, we're here to help and make the process as easy as possible. I know, especially, you know, the application can be kind of confusing to get through sometimes. The FAFSA is confusing. And so I think one of the big things that I would say to prospective students is to reach out to any admissions counselor at like the school you're looking at, and just, you know, whether you want to get their advice or you need help filling out the FAFSA or whatever it is, use them to your advantage.
The biggest thing that I think, to kind of echo what Michael said earlier, definitely visit, because the fit is so important. Doesn't have to be, you know, the top school or what some people consider the top school. As long as it's the right fit for you, that's definitely important. The second thing that I would recommend is definitely finding something that you can do to step outside of your comfort zone. Don't stay isolated. Don't stay within your own respective box. Step out, because that's the best way to build a network. Networking is very, very huge, and it's pivotal to your college career, not just to come to school and get an education and earn a degree, but also to build a foundation of different things and different people that you'll be able to utilize and partner with in the future as well. So step outside of your comfort zone, make sure you visit the school to assure that it's the correct fit, and try to get comfortable being uncomfortable at times. And you know, enjoy yourself while you're in school, because part of it is making sure that you don't have any regrets. So definitely be able to be versatile while you're there.
Okay, I think I'm next. I have my baby, so I'm so sorry. But for me, I'd say I'm gonna agree with what everybody said, especially the using your admissions counselor part, because I didn't do that. And I don't think I met with a single admissions counselor during my college search process. And had I known how valuable they would have been, I think I would have taken advantage of that more. And same with visiting campuses. I really believe that you're going to have that gut feeling about which school is right for you once you step foot on that campus. So go with your gut throughout your whole search process. Be yourself. Again, don't be afraid to try new things, and to ask as many questions as you need to figure out the right decision, because college is a life-changing experience. So you want to make sure that you pick the right school for you. But I think that's all I've got as far as advice. Thank you.
All right. So I would say, you know, before you even step foot on a campus, or before you build that list of colleges that you think you want to apply to, talk to yourself. That sounds kind of silly, but really ask yourself, what's important to me? What are my must-haves? What kind of experience did I feel like I got at Brooklyn Tech that I want to replicate? Or maybe things I didn't get at Brooklyn Tech that I might want for my college opportunity. So put that, you know, think about that. And if you're not able to visit, there are virtual tours. The Discords are great. And also at some point you will land on that campus. So putting that out there. And that's pretty much it. And oh, maybe one last thing. What you thought was important at the beginning of your search may not be the most important thing at the end of your search. So keep that in mind. So stay flexible, folks.
All right. Thank you so much for that great advice that you shared with us. college reps, and thank you all for coming to visit us this evening as well. This concludes this session for the evening. When you leave this area, you will have a quick survey that you fill out for us, a quick 5-question survey. Also, don't forget there'll be other virtual college fairs for you all this week, and a recording of this particular one will be available at stridescan.com/Brooklyn Tech. So for all of us, thank you so much for attending this fair, and we'll see you at the next one coming up down the road as well. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, John.
All right, thank you all for coming. Have a great evening.
You too.
Bye-bye.